Hey, what's up people? So I was surfing the web the other day, right? And I came across some interesting traditions/rituals from different parts of the world. It's amazing really. So let's get into 10 bizarre rituals from around the world. The people of the Aghori tribe are worshippers of the Hindu god Shiva and are infamous for their many post-mortem rituals. For instance, cannibalism is openly practiced in the tribe. They will eat the corpse raw or roasted depending if they like cooked meat, and then after eating a certain amount, start meditating sitting atop a corpse. They also have sex in graveyards. The ritual begins in the dead of night in a graveyard where they spread the ashes of a recently burnt corpse. They form a circle around the ashes and place the participating women in the middle. They make sure that the women are not forced to have sex with them, and they also must be menstruating while the act goes on, which means they must be on their period. Then, the sexual act takes place while the drums are playing and everyone is chanting. They believe having sex in the midst of dead bodies gives rise to supernatural powers. I really hope those powers are worth it, because you go through a lot just to get them. In the late 1800s, a group of Buddhist monks called Shokushinbutsu attempted the rare ritual of self-mummification. The practice was finally outlawed in Japan in the early 1900s, but not before hundreds of monks attempted the long and tedious ritual. There were 3 steps to take in order to achieve self-mummification. The first step was adopting a diet of nothing but nuts and seeds for 1,000 days in order to remove all the fat from the body. Next, they would again adopt a diet that consists of only eating the bark and root of pine trees and drinking a poisonous tea made from the sap of the East Asian urushi tree in order to remove all the moisture from the body. The tea sped up the process of removing fluids from the body, and it lined the inside of the body with poison, defending itself from maggots that would otherwise feast on the corpse. This also lasted for 1,000 days. Finally, they would lock themselves in a stone tomb for another 1,000 days until they died. So after a grueling 8-year process of dying, they finally found enlightenment. Unfortunately, not all of the monks were successful at becoming a mummy. The Kanamara Matsuri, or the Festival of the Iron Phallus, is held every spring in Kawasaki, Japan, and started in 1977 to celebrate the male genitalia and fertility. The reason why the festival manifested to what it is today is because in the 19th century, prostitutes would pray for protection against venereal diseases at Kawasaki's Kanamori shrine, and it is said that they established a celebration of health and fertility at the Kanamara Matsuri. The pinnacle of the festival is carrying an altar in the shape of a giant penis to the shrine. Nearly everything in the festival is in the shape of a penis, such as glass, wood, candies, and candles. Over the years though, the festival has lost its former meaning and is now more of a tourist attraction. The day of consumerism originated in the United States after Thanksgiving and is known as Black Friday. Retail stores will promote door-busting discounts and deals on all of their items. Now about 20 other countries take part in Black Friday, including the UK, Canada, and Mexico. The title of Black Friday started back in the 1950s when police officers in the city of Philadelphia used the term to describe the chaos that took place on the day after Thanksgiving. People commonly believed that it had to do with the retail stores going from red to black, meaning that they made a profit, but this was just so the term Black Friday wasn't seen in bad lighting. Black Friday is all about consumption. It didn't become a nationwide trend until the early 2000s when it became the busiest shopping day of the year. It has become so popular that in 24 states it has officially become a holiday and is called the day after Thanksgiving. It won't stop there though. Some stores even start their Black Friday deals on the day of Thanksgiving. So much for spending time with the family, I'm gonna get myself a PlayStation. On the Indonesian island in Sulawesi, it is common practice to keep the dead in your home for a few weeks to a few years. They believe that a dead person who is still at home is not dead. The family members will take care of the body by cleaning it and brushing off dirt, changing its clothes, praying with it, and feeding it. When it comes time to bury their loved ones, it is often a massive celebration with hundreds of gathered families and friends. They will try to get as many of the best quality buffalo they possibly can because they believe that the buffalo are sacred creatures used for currency and vehicles in the afterlife, and the more they have, the faster the deceased can reach the afterlife. After a few years have passed, they will hold a second funeral called Manini, where they would clean the tombs, change the deceased's clothes, and pay their respects to their ancestors. The people of Madagascar have a unique ritual to celebrate their family ties called Famadihana, or known as Dancing with the Dead. The festival is celebrated every 7 years, where extended families gather together and open the family crepes. They wrap their ancestors with new clothing and then dance with the corpse in great joy. Famadini is viewed as a day to show your family how much you love them. Animals are sacrificed and elders explain to their children the importance of the dead. According to Malagasy belief, people are not made from mud, but from the bodies of the ancestors, which explains why they hold their ancestors with such high regards. Hindu devotees in various parts of the world take part in the annual Taipusan festival, which is dedicated to Lord Murugan, the god of war. During the festival, some devotees carry a Cavida, which means sacrifice at every step, as they walk for miles barefoot to their temple. Most often, the Cavida bearer will pierce their tongue, cheek, and back as a practice of self-mortification. Some of them might even have as many as 100 spears piercing their flesh, but they endure this physically burdening ritual because they wish to ask for forgiveness, keep a vow, or offer thanks to their god. The Yanomami tribespeople of the Amazon are known for the unique funeral ritual. Death is very important to their religious beliefs and believe that the soul needs to be protected after death. The soul is only able to achieve full salvation if the dead body is burnt and the ashes eaten up by the family and relatives of the deceased. The ceremony is broken up into two parts, the first being the burning of the body and placing the ashes in a pot for later use. From here, they wait until there is a festivity, but that can last for a very long time. Once the time comes to complete the ceremony, they cook bananas and create a banana mush, which is mixed with the ash and bones of the dead tribes member. Then all of the relatives gather to eat the mush. At first, I thought they just ate the ash, but with the banana mush mixed with it, I'm sure there's only a hint of ashy taste. Sky burial is a ritual that has great religious meaning to the Tibetan people. They believe that the soul has left the body to be reincarnated and the corpse is nothing but an empty vessel. After death, the body will be left untouched for 3 days while monks chant around the corpse. On the day of the sky burial, they clean the body, wrap it in white cloth, take the body to an above ground site. After some more chanting, the body breakers prepare the body to be consumed by vultures. Hatchets and cleavers are used to quickly cut the body up. Flesh is cut into chunks of meat and the internal organs are cut into pieces. The entire body must be eaten, even the bones, so they smash the bones into splinters and mix it with roasted barley flour. The bone mixtures are fed to the vultures first, then the internal organs, and finally the flesh. Tibetans believe that the vultures are dakinis, or angels, that will take the soul into the heavens. The Satere-Mawe people who live deep in the Amazon have the toughest coming of age ritual on earth. Boys as young as 12 years old must place their hand in a glove full of bullet ants and must keep their hands inside the glove for 10 minutes. They must do this 20 times over the course of several months and even years in order to be seen as a man in the tribe. If you think an ant bite isn't that bad, well, that's where you're wrong. A bullet ant has a stinger, and the sting is said to be 30 times more powerful than a bee sting. Not only that, they're also venomous. It isn't deadly, but it is incredibly painful and lasts up to 24 hours. People who have been stung say it feels like you were shot by a gun, hence the name bullet ant. So if you feel like becoming a man, go ahead and place your hand in the glove, see how long you can last. This guy lasted only a few seconds and went to the hospital. If you want to watch the full video, the link is down in the description below. But that's the video, you guys. You know, after researching these rituals, I feel like I learned quite a bit of the cultural differences we have as a species, you know? It's quite amazing. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, and if you are new, click that subscribe button because we're gonna upload some videos you'll want to see. If you want to watch the previous video, click that annotation on your screen, or if you're on a mobile device, click the little eye icon on the top right of your screen. Until then, my people, I'll check you guys out on the next video.